Hey Jay, are you ready to start recording this video, man? I got some stuff written down. I gotta have somebody.
Hi, sugar.
Who are you?
The name's Tammy. I'm Jay's long lost cousin. There's a northern southern thing to talk about with you. You got to be, hey?
Well, what can I do for you, Tammy?
I'm hired, honey. I'm your new model for your new t-shirts. Everybody love Big Buster Tammy.
The fuck? To do it the right way. To do it the right way, country music is the hardest genre to be in. Because you're taking pure straight emotion and trying to put it into a song about your real life. Okay, I've always said this about country music. Country music is the only genre where you can sing about or sing anything about anything at all. Anything. It can be happy, sad, something that happened to you, something that happened to somebody else, and make it sound good. You can't do that with a rap song, per se, and make it be rap. You can't do it in rock, per se, and make it be rock. That's why I hate the whole genre wall.
Welcome back to episode 4. As you see, that's what we're going to be referring to and talking about, is that our strong hate for labeling. And we cut the camera on during that. We didn't do the opening thing like we normally do. As you guys saw, our new secretary,
Tammy.
She's kind of weird.
She held my hand.
But, yeah, that's kind of what we're here to talk about today. Is like, we were talking last weekend, when we were playing poker, about our favorite time in music and why maybe we haven't been happy with some of the songs that we've written. You know, because if you guys know, when we did the album review, you saw on our face, we were like, ugh. And then you heard us kind of mention here and there about the record that's out now and how we're like, yeah, that was kind of cool, but we found out that it was only kind of cool because we do this every once in a while. We just get enough of enough and we just say one thing and they goes, well, that's how I've been feeling too. I was like, man. He's like, what? I was like, I really hate... I said, you ever think that we don't write songs the right way, that we should have, because we write them because, quotation, we're a country group? And he's like, what are you talking about? I says, have you noticed that when we write, we always have to throw the girl in there? We always have to make sure our truck's in there. We always got to make...
Actually, to be fair, and none of our songs have anything to do with a truck.
Okay, but what I...
except for one, but that wasn't released.
But...
I get what you're saying, the country music stereotype.
Right, it's a stereotype. So, like, if we went off and really talked about shit that bothered us, like, let's say something personally happened to me that I want to express, but I cannot edit it out exactly the way I want to, I can't release that. We can't release that shit to country, because it'd be like, nope, go away. Well, the problem is, country's supposed to be how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another part of that. Rock. Old school rock. And I want you guys to go back to that. When rock meant everything to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were making TV shows, MTV was a big thing, like everything. They were the closest to a country is now, but with more roots. And it's sad to say that, because rockers live by a code. You live for one, you die for another. You know, they always, like, for some reason that has always been the code over the time. Not saying country guys don't, but what I'm saying is the newer generation coming in don't really go back and reach the homage to those older folk to be like, we still have brotherhood. Like, when someone dies, obviously they all go and say their apologies or whatever. But you can tell some of that's put on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may care, but they don't, like, care. Like, when Joe Diffie died...
Oh, man, excuse me.
You know how many people actually in country music really cared? At least said it out loud. Not many. And a lot of people that said it, you guys don't even pay attention to those people. I mean, like, I found it so sad that when T-Roy died, I Ain't nobody know what the fuck that was. Like, we went to Justin Moore show, and Justin Moore paid tribute to him. Jason Aldean did the same thing, and these are two name brand Brantley, like Chris Stapleton, and everybody goes, oh, Montgomery, oh, those guys. Well, yeah. Why does a man got to be dead for you to kind of figure that shit out? Kenny Rogers' music was, well, I will never talk ill about the dead, but I will tell you, in my opinion, I don't think Kenny Rogers was all cracked up to be what people perceived it not to be. That was me.
I wasn't a big fan of his music.
Yeah. Like I said, The Gambler was great. Some of the songs that were hits were great, but
other than that,
I couldn't see myself buying a record.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him to talk about his music.
Yeah. So, but I guess our point is like this.
What?
So can you go back over to my spot?
Oh.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know enough about.
I guess the hardest part for us is, like, we were talking about it. We like Nickelback. Off the record, we're okay. Name off some bands that, okay, watch this. I'll tell you, as a kid or as a whatever younger person, what I was listening to. That is not country, and you just be like, whoa. Well, I'll go with my first one off the top of my list. I was listening to System of a Down. What? Papa Roach? Nickelback?
Yep. As much hate as they have, everybody has towards them.
I was listening when Lenny Kravitz was kind of still popping around. I was listening to him. And here, I'm going to go to a different spectrum for you now. Are you ready? I was listening to stuff like Korn, kinda. I mean, Korn's been around for a while, so everybody knows who Korn is. But, like, what I'm saying is up here, when him and I never had this discussion. Up here, I'm having thousands of different things going in my head that doesn't have to be country.
And yeah, that's the same even for me growing up. I was listening to, Godsmack and Slipknot and 3 Days Grace and Hinder. I'm a big Hinder fan. I know almost all of their records. Studied them for a very long time. Shinedown.
Bro. We got to make a one episode just about Shinedown itself. Because ever since, and I'll throw it out, my Xbox buddy, ever since he said, like, I knew who Shinedown, okay, I knew of Shinedown, alright, through my buddy Jamie. But I didn't know them. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knew 45.
Yep.
But when my Xbox buddy told me, he's like, you should really listen to this stuff. That and 30 of a Dead Man. You should just really listen to it.
Yep, there's another one.
And I've been hooked since. Like, Shinedown's lead vocalist, oh my god. Just brilliant. But anyway, like I said, we gotta probably not make that all.
But yeah, and then, back to what he was talking about, the borderline between what makes one song this and what makes one song that. And, that brings us back to what he said a little bit ago about country music. Country music is supposed to be how you feel at that moment in time. Well, what if I want to feel a little rocky today? What if I want to do a song about something completely outside of the country atmosphere?
What if we want to cut a diss track?
What if I don't want to talk about a truck and a girl and picking her up and loving her all night long?
Yeah.
What if I don't want to do that? So you tell me all these songs that I write about that doesn't technically fit in country, but because we're country people, we can't do them?
Folks, what we're trying to tell you is that the whole action point of this right now is we're heading into a different direction with our music. Okay, obviously with the coronavirus, everybody knows about this. I know you get tired of hearing it, I get tired of seeing it, but we gotta call it what it is, man. This is the reason why everybody's sitting home. This is the reason why everybody's doing whatever. So, and the other day we were writing something. Oh, yeah, I remember. We were writing something I wanted to get out. Like, why am I the way I am kind of thing. Like, why am I so controlling, and why do I feel this way, and da 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 da. And you know, the thing was,
we got to talking about it. I was like, man, that sounds great with a rock lick behind it.
we're sitting here playing like just standard chords, you know. I was like, Nick, there's just no way.
None of these fit.
I said, there's just no way I can say what I want to in a calm setting. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, okay. And I just went, I am, like, just, and then he's like, oh, okay, I see where you're going. And then I showed him the Outlaws Renegade song. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's from every ounce of genre is right here, and they're just like, pop. Like, you can five-finger death punch that bull. No pun intended. You can, like that dude. You guys considered him metal and rah, 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 rah. But, like, hear him on that song. It's metal with a country twing with a 80s, 70s rock bound. And
Travis Tritt's on it.
Right.
It don't get much more country than him. Well,
Rock.
it does, but...
Rock and country, yes. The original Outlaw, per se.
And Mick Mars, lead guitar player for Motley Crue, is playing on the record.
Right. So, again, it's kind of hard to be like...
Oh, that's not country music.
I mean, what? It's not, okay?
But it is. See, it's not, but it is.
Because they're writing about what they feel. But then see, Bret Michaels was doing the same thing back in the day with Every Rose Has a Thorn. And
same thing. They're another band that Poison was this close from being country music.
Considered, yes. See, now, and this is the thing what I'm saying is, everybody has a perception of what a genre is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think finally we both understand we don't want to be labeled as a genre. I mean, you have to, but like, why do you have to? Like, when we put our music up, it's country rock. But is it? Like,
is it?
Like, yes. Well, what we have produced is, I'd say, country rock a little bit. But it's this new stuff. What are you gonna call that? Country alternative rock, and it's. There's so much. Everybody's worried about damn labels all the time that no one can be creative. And Brad Paisley, shout out to him. He called everybody out and said, "Our writing sucks. You guys are writing too." Because remember the big controversy that Brad had with everybody. He goes, "Our writing sucks." Brad Paisley does not get recognized for what he does because nobody wants to hear about real songwriting anymore. Brad Paisley, musician, songwriter, singer, artist, everything. Does his own light show, does his own production work, whatever, okay? Told everybody in country music to knock it the fuck off. Start writing true songs. Start writing funny songs about things that, whatever, but you don't have to have a truck into it. And Mary goes, well, how about Mud on the Tires? Okay, yeah, great. But go listen to the rest of his album.
Mm-hmm.
He's all over the place.
Stop listening to the radio cuts. Listen to the record.
All right.
From beginning to end.
Yes. So now, that being said, I think we dropped the hint that we're changing direction. Here's what I'm going to tell you. All right. From now on, at least I
wouldn't call it changing direction. We're just not having a boundary line anymore.
Yeah, just because... Okay, look. I'm going to call it what it is. You want to talk about something? This will be very different. Ain't no one know what to do with us. I'm going to tell you why. And as much as people are going to hate on this and tell me that I'm using the wrong term for it, but I'll be honest. You see him, it's a typical, okay, yeah, he's going to be like the next Luke Combs. You know, you can see him, he's just trying to do this country back-wearing, hat back-wearing guy, da-da-da-da-da-da, blue jeans, da-da-da-da, country, right? You look at me, and you're like, so does he, like, white beats for this guy, or what? Like, what colored person would play country music and a guitar and wear cowboy hats and actually talk with an accent and actually give a damn about the Confederate flag and everything like this? And that's not okay to put on national television because we can't have that. We can't have somebody different. Folks, we're different. When we tell you we're different as in this. Our songs may not be something that you've never heard before. That's not different. But we try to be, but it's hard. But there's never been, and I'll use this to the day I die, there's never been a mixed, literally mixed country duo ever. Or duo in general, per se, other than Hootie. But Hootie had a whole band. Okay? There's never been a two thing. There's never been a duo in rock, per se.
Never.
Okay? So,
unless you can Simon and Garfunkel, but that was way back.
that's what's white.
No, way back.
Like, let me ask you a question. Brothers Osborne,
Okay.
if you heard them and they did not have a label to them, right? Say you had all labels in the world. So you had this label that does this genre thing, whatever, okay? They come up to you and hand you their demo. Where are you going to put them? You're about to tune in to the most realist comments from Mr. Jay Stevens in Jay's Corner.
What's going on, guys, in Jay's Corner this week? So, I didn't have anything ready to say. I had like a couple of things I was going to talk about, but something just dawned on me that I just had a moment with my daughter. That made me realize that some of the mistakes I made over my lifetime really affect going forward with things. My kids have had to watch over the course of time their father go through some changes with things and people, and it's just not fair to them that their father can never show them that how old school mentality is supposed to be. There's that, guys can go out and get, treat you right and stuff, and I haven't always been the good example for that. And it sucks because I have lived my life on being somebody everybody wanted to talk to and hang out with, but I never really found me. I never was really happy. And I think that's the hard part, is I don't know why I'm not happy. But time to time I'm just, I don't know. I strive for every day to be the best I can, so my kids can look at me and be very proud. They can't be proud of the guy here right now crying his eyes out. Y'all, the best piece of advice I can give to you is sometimes in life, the best thing your life leaves, and it makes you realize some things. And sometimes, just sometimes, it makes you wake up. And it hurts. But you settle for nothing less than what you're worth. And I know I'm worth a lot. And I know I haven't provided that to some of the people I was associating with or whatever. And I'm sorry. Especially if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But the good news is, y'all, I'm starting to do better every day. I guess it's just today really dawned on me of how much my girls impact my life a lot. And, they asked they asked the question of where a person was, and I lost it. Because I think about that time too, that, you know, they watched this too, and they're little. They watched Eddie cry and get mad, and I don't always teach them the right thing. I ain't saying to do, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm just babbling now, so this has been Jay's Corner. This is probably as real as he's gonna get. My best advice to anybody, man, is always try it hard every day. Be happy with yourself, and, you know, just keep living the dream, man, because it's a struggle. It is a struggle, but one day we all can look back on this video, you, me, who are watching this, hopefully me too, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can soon, and say it was all worth the ride in the end. But thank you guys for following me along in this journey.
See my point?
By their whole demo, by the whole record.
Say their first
They're
record.
flirting. They'll be like flirting with I mean, yeah. There's country roots there, but there's a lot of bluegrass. There's southern rock. They're all over the place.
Brantley, where would you put him?
He'd definitely be. I mean,
In the
now Brantley, like going off this last record,
no,
or
like overall artist Brantley.
like 5 years ago, Brantley would get thrown into a rock scene real quick, but now he's playing more to the country mainstream crowd. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Trying to, yeah.
He's trying to. There's nothing wrong with that.
Would Florida Georgia Line ever been country music?
No.
They'd been like with Britney Spears and NSYNC and all them, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? That like real people, everybody.
But you can't see. That's the other thing. Everybody hates on Florida Georgia Line so much, and I hate on them for their for the record cuts. But I understand they're playing the business. But those two are still two amazing artists.
Yeah, they can sing.
They can write.
And they produce.
And they play.
They have a label on that too.
My point.
They're smart.
But like outside people that don't look into them like that, see, you know, Florida Georgia Line. Oh, they got all these hit songs, but they're real poppy. But go listen to any song they've written for any other artist and tell me if that's not country music.
All right. Now we're gonna do a top 10. I'm gonna have 5, and you're gonna have 5.
Okay.
This should be fun.
Of what?
All around, in your opinion.
Okay.
We're going by opinions now, so
Okay.
there's no right or wrong answer.
All right.
We're going to clear that out now before our audience goes, "Well, he's fucking wrong." With reasoning behind it, and your reasoning, because obviously if you're going to make a statement like that, like say who you're going to say, there has to be reasoning. Okay.
Okay.
Name me 5 people. I don't care what genre they're in. We're not talking about genre. We're just talking about artists. Whether
Okay.
they're popular, unpopular, or not. That is not including us, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Or anybody that we personally know. So no local artists.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get to that later in the series, but so we'll go. So either you can name 5. We'll go back and forth, or we can go into 5 people. Whatever you want. I want 5 artists from you. I don't care. Male, female, does not matter. Year doesn't. I don't care. But why do you think they are? Fair.
Yep.
All right. So who wants to go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
The 5th. I go from 5 to 1.
Oh, 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how
My-
go.
My 5th.
It's hard.
I'm going to throw it out there right now, and I'm going to tell you, I think John Mayer. He can play, he can write, he's underappreciated, very, very just good overall round person, very smart about everything, about business-wise and everything. He's very smart musically and everything like that. I think he produces great records.
Yes, he does. Man, this is. I don't know. It's hard because I know, I know people I want to say, but everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, he's just
No.
going off of." Because I mean,
It's your opinion.
all I really have studied per se, and this is why I guess I'm kind of at fault for my own, is all I've really studied was country music.
Okay, that's fine.
But I don't want to put somebody that low on a list of 5.
It's hard, but
As of, you're talking about all-around artists?
that you think could do anything amazingly, like he could touch it, he can whatever, he or she doesn't have to be like. My answer is John Mayer can come to country, John Mayer can go to rock, John Mayer can do this.
Okay, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In that case, I give my number 5 to Chris Daughtry. Amazing vocalist, amazing guitar player, amazing writer that he don't get appreciated for. Because he came around in that same with like David Cook and
Carrie.
all them guys. No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about that genre that he's in technically. He was with the Shinedowns. He was with the Theory of a Dead Man. So they didn't. Daughtry didn't really get the recognition they deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and also, they were another band that's about this close from flirting with the line of country music.
Oh.
If you've ever listened to any of their songs.
Yep.
Not the big hits, the other ones.
Yeah, but I mean, Holmes is a very good one to take that too. That was out there that they were just kind of like, here you go. So 4, my number 4. Come on, cause controversy with this one.
Probably.
Luke Bryan.
No,
Nope, out there, Luke Bryan. And why? Everybody goes, oh my God, yes, he's so popular. Everybody knows who Luke Bryan is. Yes, you do, but you've never. I'm talking to Luke Bryan, who had the feed and the hunger when he entered the game. The guy that wrote good directions for Billy Currington, the guy that could play up there on guitar, and he can sing anything. He's done Adele. He's done Lana Richie. He can go here. He can go here. He can play. He does piano. All around artist. He's done it with Jason Derulo. What's his name is? Luke Bryan is an all around artist. Legitly, I don't like his popular stuff all the time. But it's hard not to go listen to an album cut because you know somewhere he's going to get down to it.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, and the only reason I'm putting him here is because I think there's people above him that have been doing it for a lot longer, and he's only on record number 5 as of right now. That's arguably my favorite artist out right now in country music is Brantley. Put him at number 4.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have to tell you why.
Yeah.
You know why.
Well, then.
Outside of the people that are watching this, I don't know Brantley's underground stuff. Go check it out. I'm telling you right now, the record's called Modern Day Prodigal Son. Change your life. Bet you it'll change. You'll find one song on there that'll change your life completely.
So now we're 3.
And he's also crossed over and done other things. He was there with T.I. Did a cut with T.I. for Bottoms Up, and went and did for the rock side of it, and did Five Finger Death Punch's Blue and Black.
Those Kenny's, whatever his name is. But yeah, they covered it.
But yeah.
Number 3, artist.
And, I don't have to explain this to him, but I'll explain it to you guys. Writes his own songs. That's why it takes them so long to come out with a record. That's why in the last 10 years they've only came out with 5 records, because it takes them almost 3 years to write a record.
Bruno Mars.
Okay.
I think he gets labeled as a pop sensation when, to be honest, he's just Bruno Mars. Where Bruno Mars can go out and just be like, yeah, well, I can do this and I can do that. And he's also a great instrumentation person. Like he has no problem. He tells everybody, I go on Pro Tools, I learned this, I learned that. Like, he does his production. And if you look at it like, easy come, easy, or your man, like, you just hear it through him. You know what I mean? And I just don't think he gets much appreciated as an artist, as an behind-the-scenes guy, too, that can do so much up front, too. That's where I'm going to put him in number 3, because I kind of think he deserves to be right in the middle.
Okay. So my number 3 is going to be Thomas Rhett.
Okay.
Can play any instrument.
Yes.
Does his own songwriting.
Yes.
Has the producer mentality background.
Yes.
Has everything to do with any other. Not that I agree with his newer records.
I don't think his daddy does either, but yes.
All around artist, I think so. If he believes in it, then obviously, and it does what it's supposed to do, it hits somebody where it's supposed to hit them, I'd call that an artist.
Kid Rock is my second.
I didn't say it because I knew you were gonna.
And I'm going to tell you why. For the folks, because when I learned about Kid Rock, let me tell you, I thought the same thing anybody else did. Ball with the bob, I just like white boy yelling, screaming, whatever. But man, if you listen to his album cuts, I'll give a shout out to New England. England said the best, his opinion, best record. If you want to know who Kid Rock is go listen to the self-titled album Kid Rock. Had Single Father on it, Trucker's Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. See, I know these are the songs you're like, oh, huh?
So I know that.
Yeah, I know.
And Trucker's Anthem was on the Cocky record.
Oh, what was Hillbilly Stomp was on the Kid Rock record.
I didn't think I knew that.
So, Kid Rock, I think, is underrated to the point of, well, I can say right now, no one talks about Kid Rock in the top 5 of anything.
Nope.
Here's the thing, he's the only person that I am aware of who's had big-ass songs across the world, but not one here in the fucking U.S. And even Pitcher didn't make it there. And by the way, he hates that song.
Neither did All Summer Long.
Yeah, and I want to let you know he fucking hates Pitcher. Because you guys, a lot of people liked him because of Pitcher.
And I know where you got that from. And technically, they didn't know where to put Kid Rock.
Yes.
So if they would have put him in the rap category, he would have had the #1 selling rap album of all time.
He was the most...
What was that? I think Devil Without a Cause?
Yeah.
What
did he say? He said, you remember those days back in the thing where you go buy in the record and you pay him whatever? He goes, I was the most selling out black market album of all time because I had stats. But I didn't have the cred to prove it.
Yep.
But he has platinum records. He has gold albums. But because he says what he wants... And
this is something we both agree on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd almost put him up higher.
Yeah, but my #1, you'll see why.
Yeah, I think I know why.
But, that's mine.
If you weren't going to go on it. If you weren't going to take him, I was going to.
Alright.
I was going to put him lower, but I was like, no, he deserves to be up there.
Alright, who's your number 2?
Number 2. Now we're getting into some rough grounds.
Yeah, there's only 2 left.
Yeah. All around artists. Okay, so I'm gonna say a lot of people might hate me for this one, but I know this because I studied this guy for a little while, and my wife helped me study this guy for a little while. I didn't really know how far into depth this man was until I really dipped into it. But I'm gonna say Justin Timberlake.
I'll give you that.
I didn't know how far into depth this man really was with his business and his music and just all around general.
Now, can I just tell you this? My #1 reveal is probably somebody that nobody really would think unless they have been paying attention to me over the last year or so. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this person is not an all-around artist where I think he could go into every genre and...
See, I think Timberlake could
dominate. I'm talking producer, smart man for business.
I know you're talking. I know what you're gonna say.
Knows how to do what he needs to do. If I had to go by that, I'll tell you who I'm gonna pick in a second. But if I was going by the stats that we have been going by, I was gonna say Chris Stapleton or Jason Aldean. One of those two, because Stapleton has proved it.
Okay.
Okay. Aldean kind of has. He can.
I don't know if they'd be #1 though.
Well, but ready? Eminem.
Eminem. Yep, I knew you were gonna say that.
I have a hard time now that the stats have been out and now that I've been watching him and everything like that, and I've been learning about him through your cousin Tommy and everything. Artist, craft, there's nobody better. I just don't see it. And he's still doing it now like he did then, and he's sober now, and da-da-da. He came back with resolution, and he's still doing it, and he's still whooping ass. So overall work ethic, overall artist like that, I say S.n.B. for me. Because I find it hard for anybody to touch lyrically wise what he can do in that. And it doesn't take him more than a couple minutes because that's like music, like what we've been talking about. That's all this dude knows. All these guys that we talk about, this music is all their life. Like at one point or another, it was their life. Like they didn't care about girlfriends, kids, nothing. This was his thing. So this was like their NFL. This is what they lived. This is their birthday. So when family times come up and like you see the media blowing out, they don't know how to handle themselves at home because they're always gone working on something else. What I'm saying that because I know a lot of you guys are like, well, anyone has to have a better reputation for not being a good dad and da. Well, yes, but we're not talking about his personal life. We're talking about the idea that as an artist, he sacrificed, him and Kid Rock both, at least I know those two for sure, sacrificed a lot. Why raising their children by themselves essentially to get to where they wanted to get. So they take this a lot more personal than what I think I would. And you tell them that their shit is weak and like no, like they lost a lot of time doing this. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna go on ramble about that, but wait, go ahead.
I'm gonna put Kid Rock at number 1.
Oh, you're gonna swap
I'm putting
him.
Bobby on top
Oh, okay.
because just for the reasons you said, and also how flexible he can be to pretty much go anywhere and still, in my opinion, dominate.
Yeah, he can sing, he can rap, he can.
Man's
rock.
got an amazing voice for 40-something years old.
He's getting up there now though.
Amazing live show. If you've never seen a Kid Rock show live, I'm telling you, definitely in my top. I've been to a lot of shows, seen a lot of people. That he's in my top 3 of the best shows I've ever seen.
And disclaimer: if you're going there to see songs like All Summer Long and Picture, they will get
Yeah,
played.
it's not gonna happen.
They'll get played, but if that's all you're going there for, then don't
Just
waste your money.
don't.
Because you're gonna get who he really is.
And even my wife, okay, don't really know Kid Rock at all. Had a blast, the best time of her life at a Kid Rock show. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and he played like everything. Yeah,
The man knows how to play almost every instrument.
he can scratch.
He can scratch on a table
Why?
while drinking and smoking a cigar.
Yeah, and it's nothing to him.
Writes his own stuff. Obviously, he can do country music. He came out with a country record that everybody like kind of just did this did that and I was like, bro, this is some of the realest shit that we've had since like the late '90s.
And you gotta think of who he's like. All
Because of who he is and what he did and how he's portrayed. But actually,
Hank Sr.
or
Hank Sr.
if you guys want to see Kid Rock in his actual self, check out Bobby Bones Show, the interview between him and Kid Rock. A completely different perspective on the guy. I'm telling you right now.
Any interview with him, sit down with him. He's
when he's into it. Now when he's nope.
Yeah, I mean, like, but you can tell he's just a chill back dude. Like, so is Marshall Mathers.
I'd put them two on probably a pretty close to the same pedestal.
And then you know what's funny? They're both from Detroit.
Yeah.
like that. Like, so for country music, everybody says you need to go down to Nashville. I think it seems like to be an overall artist,
And
they're coming out of Detroit.
You know something funny about this is everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you guys are country people. Why isn't George Strait or Garth Brooks or Hank Sr. on your top list?" Well, because they didn't do it like they did in their genre. We're talking about music and perspective.
Hold on. You can't say that statement.
Why?
I agree with 2 of the 3. But
Well, Garth?
you heard the record. So it's not like he can't.
Oh, okay. Not that he can't do it.
He just
it's
never
that
chose to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I said it wrong.
Okay.
That's fair. They didn't do it, but these other people did do it.
And the reason I'm going to be biased about that is because I actually did play him a lot of album cuts that he covered.
Oh, Garth Brooks, hands down,
Yeah.
probably one of the best vocalists I've ever heard in my life.
Like, I've showed him multiple things of him covering, like...
Hands down. Even Chris.
Gaines.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, man, I think we're going to wrap this up as you guys met our new secretary, Miss Tammy.
Yeah, Miss Tammy.
I'm sure you guys are probably still dying about that. But so next week, this is episode 4, so we gotta make episode 5 pretty damn good. So next week, why don't we? I don't know.
Why don't we?
We could, you know what? Maybe next week we'll just have a surprise. We never know. All right. We'll wait. We'll try to make episode 5 the good mark.
Maybe we'll play some new songs for you next week. You gotta write new songs first. I'm just playing. I got a book full of them.
He's just playing. Not full. Half.
Half full, at least.
All right, guys. As normal.
That is Jay, I am Nick. Together we are the Southern North Boys.
And if you keep it real with us,
we'll keep it real with you. Don't forget to hit that bell when you know something for subscribing and shit. And like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Stuff's in the description. You know what we're doing. You
share this. Oh yes, by the way, share this to your friends, your family, your grandma,
your girlfriend, your wife.
Both of them, if you have.
Probably not at the same time.
I mean, the coronavirus was out, so.
So you're stuck with your wife. You can't go see your girlfriend.
Yeah, so you're
sorry.
So like your home game is pretty dead.
And like always, the thingies are the tags for our Facebook and Instagram. Why am I stuttering so bad? I don't know. Are going to be right here on the bottom, your left-hand corner.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. We'll see you on the flip side.
See ya.